In a time of regression for LGBTQ rights, in fact, many people do not know that 73 countries criminalize LGBTQ people for being who they are.
And 12 countries still impose the death penalty as punishment for private, consensual, same-sex sexual activity.
Even in countries where LGBTQ rights are guaranteed, these minorities are targeted and victimized, especially in times of outbreaks and pandemics.
And that is exactly why some Morgantown residents are protesting a recent decision in Mon County schools. I got an inside look along with photojournalist Maya Lance about how the ban is affecting residents and students.
Queer community members and allies are protesting outside the Mon County Board of Education offices. The reason? Board members issued a directive to remove pride flags from classrooms. And now that decision is drawing complaints from students and parents. And mother and gay activist Danny Ludwig has a message for the BOE members.
It's fascism. I think that students should be able to be who they want to be. I'm a person that went to school in West Virginia and wasn't accepted by my parents, but I found acceptance in school. And kids today should be able to do that. That was 20 years ago.
And some students are also speaking out about the message these leaders are sending to an underrepresented population. For seniors Sam Hunley and Paige Korob, the removal of the pride flag in Mon County classrooms symbolizes that the LGBTQ students do not have a place of belonging among their peers.
It's really upsetting and it's really hurtful and it means a lot to a lot of people, and I don't think that a lot of people thought about that when the decision was made.
Yeah, and I mean, to us, we had that as a safe space, and the people that had them up, we knew that we were always going to be protected by them, and I know a lot of other students and kids did as well, and to have them taken down felt like they were taking away our protection and our ability to be ourselves.
There are nearly 11,000 LGBTQ youth in the Mountain State. Experts say that number's higher, but some are afraid to come out for fear of discrimination and harassment. And as you can see behind me, these community members want the BOE members to know that the removal of pride flags in the classrooms is another form of discrimination.
Yo means out!
And for Morgantown Pride Board member Alex Miller, the decision to protest today was an easy one.
My message is that every identity is a valid identity, and you can't politicize who a person is. So, I mean, please put the flags back up.
Mon County BOE banned pride flags in classrooms, stating claims of politics. But even middle school teacher Brooke Adams says that statement has no place in the classrooms.
I'm a social studies teacher, so I am acutely aware that we are living in a hyper-partisan society. But that pride symbol does not belong to Democrats or Republicans or liberals or conservatives. It belongs to that community.
Findings from this 2019 National School Climate Survey demonstrate that West Virginia schools were not safe for most lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer students. And nearly 3 in 4 LGBTQ students, or 72%, experienced at least one form of anti-LGBTQ discrimination at school during the past year. Monongalia County Board of Education President Ron Little says the flags were removed because they went against the existing participation in political activities policy. Little refused to comment on the decision at the recent BOE meeting, but Little previously cited Monongalia County Schools Policy 3231.01 as the reason for the removal, and here's an excerpt of the policy. Non-school related activities, including political activities, do not contribute to a positive learning climate and may be disruptive, divisive, and distracting. Therefore, such activities are not appropriate within the school setting.
On a regular basis, if a flag is present, kids know that hate is not tolerated in the classroom. Once those flags are no longer up, it allows a little bit more room for kids to feel hateful.
Morgantown Human Rights Commission chairperson Ash Orr said the flags were removed on the second day of classes at Morgantown High. And American Civil Liberties Union of West Virginia staff attorney Nicholas Ward said in an email, quote, "Promoting inclusiveness is not a political issue," Ward wrote, "and any interpretation of the policy that suggests otherwise raises serious concerns about violations of constitutional rights to free speech and expression," end quote. And for these protesters, the various colors of the pride flag reflect the diversity and the unity of the LGBTQ community.
Let it back, honestly. Like, that's all I really have to say. There shouldn't be another reason. There shouldn't be this big why do we need these pride flags. Like, it's proven that it saves lives and that it increases attendance and that it helps students. And there's no reason that as the Board of Education you should be going against that.
Yeah, and I mean, just think about the children and think about how, I mean, the whole point is that we prepare the world for future generations, and that's what we're all trying to do here today. We're trying to prepare love for the world that we all need to have for each other, and then something like this happens, and it just feels like we're taking a step back. So all I ask is that they think about if that was their child or if that was them, how they would feel if something like this happened.
The LGBTQ pride flag has been a symbol of pride for the community since 1978.
In the end, Superintendent Eddie Campbell reinforced the decision, supporting BOE members with statements from legal advisors.
Campbell says the flag will still be permissible to be hung during club time and may be presented on articles of clothing and personal items.